Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Bhavani Srinivasan, Assistant Secretary, Southern India Chamber of Commerce and Industries, welcoming you all for today's session. Without further delay, I request Mr. A.R. Aram Arun, President SICKI, to deliver the welcome remarks. Sir, over to you.
Thank you, Bhavani. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can.
Vanakkam. Mr. August P. Saptano, Consul General of the Republic of Indonesia and Mumbai. Mr. Bona Kusuma, Trade Attaché, Embassy of the Republic of Indonesia. Mr. Kumararajati, Director, Indonesian Trade Promotion Center, Chennai. Members of SICKI, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of SICKI, we would like to warmly welcome you to today's important session on enhancing bilateral trade between India and Indonesia. Wishing you all a very good evening. We welcome Mr. August P. Saptono, Consul General of the Republic of Indonesia and Mumbai, for taking time to address this important session. We also welcome Mr. Bona Kusuma, Trade Attaché, Embassy of the Republic of Indonesia, and Mr. Kumararajati, Director, Indonesian Trade Promotion Center, Chennai, to today's important interaction with Indonesia. SICKI, as some of you might be aware, has completed 110 years of service to industry, government, and society. We were founded in the year 1909 under the inspiration of Mahatma Gandhi. SICKI has hence inherited a rich tradition, while at the same time remaining youthful, dynamic, and embracing change. When we have to look at the cooperation between India and Indonesia, both countries share many commonalities which are unique. Besides the obvious one of the first three alphabets of both country names being the same, both countries have been biggest Asian democracies. They've had large multicultural societies and driven by the inclusive philosophy of Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, which literally means unity in diversity. Both countries are also leading maritime players and major emerging economies in the Indo-Pacific region. All this should logically result in these countries becoming the closest of partners. However, the potential of this relationship has never been fully harnessed. Bilateral trade was about $18 billion in 2017, and currently it's marginally down to $17.6 billion. India's current exports to Indonesia has increased from 41 billion in June of this year to 51 billion rupees in July. Perhaps with the pandemic easing out, we are starting to see more activity. The goal has been for bilateral trade to more than double to $50 billion by the year 2025. This just tells us that there is tremendous scope for both countries to be able to work together and expand the partnership. When we have to look at Indonesia and Tamil Nadu, Tamils have had a long history in Indonesia. After Rajendra Chola I's invasion of the Sri Vijaya Empire in 1024 to 25 AD, there has been a noticeable increase in Tamil economic activity in Southeast Asia, including Indonesia. Even today, Indonesia has strong cultural links with the Tamil community. The Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, through M.K. Stalin, announced in the Tamil Nadu Assembly recently that the Tamil Nadu Archaeological Department would undertake excavations in foreign countries, including in Indonesia, in order to be able to trace Tamil roots culturally and globally. I have myself had the opportunity to visit the beautiful country of Indonesia, the island of Bali in particular. Whether the beautiful beaches of Jimbaran or the picturesque Ubud, or for that matter, the hilly and cold Kitamani, each of these locations have a magnificent sight to offer. The scenes of Bali are certainly welcoming in all respects. I'm sure this is the case with the rest of the country as well. It is now time to diversify the solidly grounded Tamil cultural linkages to also include business and trade. Chennai is the automotive capital of India and accounts for over 35% of auto component production. This is certainly a potential area where there is immense scope to collaborate with the Indonesian auto sector. Tamil Nadu has also made great strides in the ICT sector. We are also called the ITES and SaaS capital of India. While there is a perception that India is a competitor in the IT sector, there is certainly ample scope for collaboration. We can also explore possibilities in e-commerce logistics, cybersecurity, and artificial intelligence. Indonesia can also benefit from India's best practices on automation and digitization of state administration, smart public transport, waste management, and energy consumption. With Tamil Nadu hosting one of the two defense corridors in India, this sector, which is the aerospace and defense sector, is another area which offers immense potential to cooperate. This sector will certainly bring about mutually beneficial and sustainable goals for both countries. The maritime sector too offers various avenues for collaboration. Other sectors such as renewables, pharmaceuticals, and tourism are also priority sectors that could be focused upon. With this background and ample opportunity for growth, the momentum can certainly be raised to get both economies fast-tracked. We have no doubts within SICKI that industry leaders from Tamil Nadu gathered here today would certainly utilize this forum effectively and drive the necessary growth for their respective companies. SICKI has been playing a major role in driving several of these sectoral forays within southern India and Tamil Nadu in particular. Whether it may be the aerospace and defense sector, or IT and artificial intelligence, or infrastructure and the like, our 24 sectoral committees have enabled us to ensure a cross-sectoral approach in our work, which in turn propels business partnerships. SICKI over the past year has begun to work closely with Indonesia. We hosted the visiting Aceh delegation and also interacted with the ITPC on several initiatives. We hope to build on today's event and look forward to continuing our fruitful collaboration. We have certainly been able to go beyond the challenges offered by the pandemic, converting them into opportunities. We are extremely glad within SICKI of having made a list of achievements over the last year. We dared to go beyond webinars and have been working on multiple projects, knowledge reports, and furthering our flagships. Let me share with you a few of our projects. We have been working with the Guidance Tamil Nadu, Government of Tamil Nadu, to engage in the Tamil diaspora outreach. This program was attended by over 4,000 participants from over 38 countries and covering more than 300 associations. SICKI has also been working with the Chennai Corporation to create a Sister Cities desk. We have been working with the Department of Culture to create an industry museum in order to be able to capture Tamil Nadu's industrial progress over the decades. We are working with the Chennai Metro Rail in order to be able to set up readers' lounges across the stations. A new initiative that we have started this year has been the monthly SICKI 360 series that I have been hosting and has involved globally renowned guests thus far. The third president of Indonesia, Mr. B.J. Habibie, was well loved by his people and was very well educated, speaking fluent German and English, and of course Indonesian as well. I would like to quote Mr. Habibie. He said, quote, "Berhenti, berharap, mulailah, bertindak," unquote, which roughly translates to, "Let us stop wishing and start doing." So we are fully confident that we will all work together and continue to build on today's momentum to fulfill our trade potential. In closing, we thank all participants who have invested their time and efforts in today's program. We appreciate each of you for being with us today and look forward to your continued support in the days to come. Thank you and wishing you safe times ahead. Vanakkam.
Thank you, President, for your warm welcome. Now I request Mr. Agus P. Sabtono to address the gathering and continue with this presentation. He is the Consul General of the Republic of Indonesia, Mumbai. Sir, over to you. Sir, please unmute yourself and speak, sir.
Miss Bhavani, maybe it's the same like me. You need to unmute from host. Thank you.
Yes, sir. I gave him I requested him to unmute, sir. He just need to click the button. That's it.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Arun, President of SICI, Southern India Chambers of Commerce and Industry. Mr. S.M. Sankar, Executive Committee, member of SICI. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to you all. It is a great honor for myself and for the Consulate General of the Republic of Indonesia in Mumbai to be amongst you all in this spiritual interactive discussion on enhancing trade and investment relation between India and Indonesia. I would also to convey my congratulations to you all. Best wishes that may this event could not only be a forum to discuss emerging issues related to industries in South India, but also being a forum to construct ideas and approaches of which could capture a long-term mutual benefit for business relations between our countries. Let me start my presentation with stating that our national leaders, Prime Minister of India, His Excellency Narendra Modi, and President of Indonesia, His Excellency Joko Widodo, have signed a strategic commitment in Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, we call CEPA, in May 2018. CEPA is the most and highest agreement between two countries. It means that Indonesia and India agreed to broaden and extend our bilateral relation to the utmost level. The agreement leads us to enhance our bilateral qualitative relationship and mutual cohesion into a highest level by increasing bilateral trade between India and Indonesia become $50 billion by the year of 2025. Then I believe that we also need to strengthen our bilateral cooperation for investment, both inbound and outbound, as well as in the tourism sector. According to the data from the Ministry of Trade of Republic of Indonesia, bilateral trade value between Indonesia and India in 2020 reached $14 billion, slightly decreased due to the pandemic COVID-19 when compared to 2019, which reached $16 billion. Some commodities played a significant role to the achievement. For instance, for Indonesia is palm oil, coal, spices, furniture, polyester, etc. While on Indian side, sugar, chilies, groundnut, rice, bovine meat, etc. The new approach being campaigned not only by the government of Indonesia, but also by the business stakeholders and corporations is strengthening economic diplomacy. One of the implementation of economic diplomacy is to find non-traditional market, which lead the corporation to extend their effort in penetrating new market as well as new destination of investment. In previous era, the government was focused only on how to attract investment from abroad. However, today, the shifting of paradigm in economic diplomacy led the campaign of investment not only to be able to attract investment inwardly, but also to nurture the corporation to be able in optimizing market through outbound investment in new emerging market, in this case, India. Inbound investment. There are 57 Indian companies those invest in Indonesia in various sectors. In this regard, there are some new sectors offered, such as oil and gas, transportation, textile machinery, salt energy industry, and electrical energy, as well as renewable energy. Outbound investment. There are 9 Indonesian companies those directly settle their business in India. Another one is expecting to be established in very soon. Their business sector are food processing, startup, agriculture and farming, and logistic, cargo and forwarding. This is the list of Indian companies in Indonesia. This is 28 companies from, I think, 57 companies already invest in Indonesia from various sector. And this one is a slide of list of Indian companies in Indonesia. So far, we have 9 companies already invest in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune, Mumbai. Yes. In the scope of tourism, prior to the COVID-19, Indians is amongst top-ranked visitors to some of Indonesian tourist destinations, particularly in Bali. They did and spent holidays to Bali for leisure, cultural visit, religious, wedding, and honeymoon package, as well as for business appointment. We do hope the new normal shall emerge from today's pandemic condition that would lead to the soaring number of visitors from India once all getting better, particularly in the event of MICE, meetings, incentive, conference, and exhibition that could be re-emerge soon along with new normal era. Unfortunately, tourism is one of the most affected and slumped by COVID-19. The number of international tourists plummeted significantly, including those are from India. While hoping for a better situation, Indonesia also opened super destination beyond Bali. Those are Labuan Bajo is a quaint fishing town set to the far west of Nusa Tenggara region. Labuan Bajo is just a short boat ride away from the Komodo archipelago, which is home to extraordinary marine life and the fabled Komodo dragon, the largest living lizard in the world. Second, Borobudur, located on the island of Java. The magnificent Borobudur Temple is the world's biggest Buddhism monument. An ancient site widely considered to be one of the world's 7 wonders. The temple is built in the 9th century during the reign of the Sailendra dynasty. The temple's design in Gupta architecture reflect India's influence on the region. Third, Danau Toba, Lake Toba, is an extraordinary natural wonder of the world. This enormous crater lake consists of an island almost the size of Singapore in its center. This is the largest lake in Southeast Asia and one of the deepest lakes in the world. Fourth, Mandalika. Mandalika, once a surfer's best-kept secret, now it has emerged as the island's capital of leisure. The special tourism economic zone boasts vibrant bars and nightclubs, thrilling racing circuit, exciting water parks, luxurious hotel and resort, fascinating golf courses, rejuvenating spas, and plenty more. Fifth, Likupang, the beach, the mountains area, and lush forests are the highlight that make this destination special. In Likupang Beach, you will be stunned by its marvelous and vast, wide, sandy beach. It's also what has beautiful, clear seawater and also offers several other tourist attractions. In addition, you can also dive to witness the underwater scenery that will hypnotize you. Why should Indonesia? Why Indonesia economy is important? because Indonesia, member of G20 together with India, the fourth most populous country in the world, become as one of the world's fastest growing economies, the largest economy in the Southeast Asian region, category as a newly industrialized country, has various commodities for the global market, has the largest nickel and palm oil production in the world, has the second largest tin and coal production in the world. Currently, India and Indonesia are members of G20. Indonesia will become as the host for the upcoming 17th meeting of G20 in 2022. India will host for the next 18th meeting of G20 in 2023. While in the term of emerging market GDP at purchasing power parity, India today set a place of third number behind China and USA. However, India has a tremendous trajectory to be ranked second, replacing USA, amongst 10 countries of the world's emerging market in the year of 2050, while Indonesia set fourth rank, respectively. As a result of the pandemic, Indonesian economic experienced negative growth of 2.1% last year. But Indonesian economy is estimated to increase by 4.5% and 5% in 2021 and 2022, respectively. Current Indonesian economic and its trajectory in 2030 and 2050, Indonesian economic growth is average of 5.2% in last 2 decades. Member of G20 and number of 7 of PPP. Indonesia also projected to have demographic bonus, big number of middle class with high PCI, and fourth largest economy by 2050. How about Indonesian competitive rank? There is some significant improvement of Indonesian competitive rank as described in the presentation. Indonesia also has emerging sector. Those are textile, medicine, and tourism. For example, in the case of textile, Indonesia export polyester fabric to India. Indonesia import cotton from India. Approximately 57 Indonesian textile machinery imported from India and need to be revitalized. On medicine, Indonesia to import material medicine from India such as remdesivir and favipiravir. Potential opportunity in the sector of medicine, health, hospital, medicine kits, as well as vaccine. Tourism. Prior to the COVID-19, India are among top-ranked visitors. Leisure, cultural visit, wedding, honeymoon package, as well as for business appointment, and also proposed for MICE. Now, I would like to inform you about Indonesian Omnibus Bill on Job Creation. Omnibus Law amends 77 laws and is aimed at improving the ease of doing business and attract investment in Indonesia. The government believes that 90% of the provision in the Omnibus Law are intentionally designed to stimulate private investment and business. Omnibus Law covers 9 clusters. First, business licensing. Second, investment ecosystem. Third, manpower. Fourth, micro, small, and medium-sized enterprise and cooperative. Fifth, research, innovation, and ease of doing business. 6, taxation. 7, economic zone and land procurement. 8, government administration. And 9, government investment and facilitation to national strategic projects. The Omnibus Law still requires a number of implementing regulation, and 3 months period is already set for the government to issue around 34 government regulation following the enactment of the Omnibus Law. The Consulate General of Republic Indonesia in Mumbai had done various activities more vibrantly. using the virtual and offline platform at the earliest convenience in order to enhance the bilateral cooperation, mainly in trade, tourism, and investment between India and Indonesia entities. We did and would always be willing to facilitate activity, the elaboration as well as communication within the platform of direct B2B meetings virtually to enhance the strong cohesiveness between entities and stakeholders of both countries. In order to amalgamate the vision of the recover stronger, be recovered together. So today I avail this opportunity also to invite you all to visit the annual trade event, Trade Expo Indonesia Virtual Exhibition 2021, going to be held virtually from October 21st until 4th November 2020. Trade Expo is an international B2B focused trade show to promote quality product made in Indonesia via virtual exhibition platform for the global market, develop business network and investment. Along with exhibition, Trade Expo also will present a series of parallel activity consisting of trade, tourism, and investment forum, business matching, business counseling, and regional discussion. Trade Expo 2021 will create opportunity for the key players in India trade and business industry to tap the existing potential in Indonesia trade, business, and investment sectors. With this, we hereby encourage you all to attend this virtual trade event, which in long run will help to strengthen our long-standing bilateral relations. I would like to reiterate the message that Consulate General of Republic of Indonesia in Mumbai is always ready to facilitate and to enable you get connected with stakeholders as well as business entities between India and Indonesia. I do believe that this willingness would be productive and future mutual amalgamation of cooperation between stakeholders of India and Indonesia. Thank you. Shukriya dan Jafar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your wonderful presentation. Before moving on to the next session, I request the participants to post your questions in the chat box. Our speakers will be addressing the same at the end. Now I request Mr. Kumar Jeti, Director, Indonesia Trade Promotion Center, Chennai, to do a presentation on enhancing bilateral relationship between Indonesia and India. Sir, over to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Bhavani Srinivasan, distinguished speakers, His Excellency, Consul General of Republic Indonesia in Mumbai, Mr. Agus Sabtono, His Excellency, Trade Attaché of Republic of Indonesia in New Delhi, Mr. Bonam Kusuma, Honorable President, Southern India Chambers of Commerce and Industry, FICCI Chennai, Mr. R.M. Arun, and then distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen from SICKI. Also present with us, Deputy Director at FICCI Chennai, Mr. Aji Cahyadi, and all senior local staff. Namaste, Vanakkam, greeting, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. With great joy and immense pleasure, I feel privileged to extend my sincere thanks for having us today for this wonderful event. SICKI Chennai already have good cooperation, coordination with ITPC Chennai, like receiving a delegation from Indonesia, especially from Aceh, promoting Trade Expo Indonesia and supporting ITPC ads. We would like to say very much thank you. We start the presentation. Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I just want to add, Mr. Consul General and Mr. President Siki already explained the relation between Indonesia and India. So we just want to add the detail about it. First, the data about Indonesia-India bilateral trade. The latest data from Indonesian Statistics from January-July 2021, the total trade between both countries already increased around 41%, become 10.8 billion US dollar, previously only 7.6 last year. Even the export from Indonesia to India also increased around 6.6 billion, 19%, previously only 5 billion. Even the amazing data is Indonesia import is more from India, around 4.2, is increased 100%, previously only 2.1 billion. So many opportunity to increase trade between both country. This is the who is a trade attaché New Delhi, actually Pak Bona himself, but I just want to highlight a little bit. Trade attaché for Indonesian Embassy at New Delhi, India is the trade representative diplomat under Indonesian Embassy of Republic of Indonesia at New Delhi. And objective is supporting enhancing bilateral trade relationship between Indonesia and India. Trade attaché is responsible for advancing all aspects of trade relationship, cooperation, coordination, negotiation, promotion. Trade attaché also doing its task in various directives from ambassador and fully cooperated with Indonesian consulate Mumbai and ITPC Chennai. And who is ITPC Chennai? Maybe most of you already know, but we also want to highlight a little bit. It is a trade representative of Republic Indonesia under coordination in Indonesian Embassy and Consul General. It's non-profit entity. The main objective is bridging trade relationship between Indonesia and India, particularly boosting Indonesian goods export to India. ITPC also provides service, help all distributors, traders, retail stores who are looking for goods to fulfill their product needs. So any one of you, ladies and gentlemen, is distinguished guests, if any support to get more connection between Indonesian business and India business, just contact us. We're here to support. This is the facilitation for business persons by trade representatives. We have three facilitation. First is trade mission. We facilitate Indonesian companies to meet stakeholders in India. Before the pandemic, we used to bring all the stakeholders come to Delhi with the trade representative itself, and then we meet with the chambers, with the importer, business people there. And the second is buying mission. We usually facilitate Indian companies to meet the exporter at the expo event in Indonesia, like Trade Expo Indonesia in Accra. And the last is Trade Expo. We facilitate Indonesian company to promote and sell Indonesian products at Expo. But during pandemic, we do everything online, like trade show, we participate in medical, and then Trade Expo right now also online. Later on, Mr. Bona Kusuma also will explain about Trade Expo. Next, we will see the Indonesia main export to the world. There are 15 products from coal, palm oil, iron and steel, textile, rubber, until we have processed food, chemical, or other like jewelry, seafood. I think less from Indonesia export to India. This is the 20 Indonesian export commodity to India in the last 3 years. So there are 4 largest export commodities. First, coal, and then second, palm oil products, iron and steel, and chemical. These 4 products, around 60-70% of the Indonesian export to India. Other than that, we have other commodities, like there are 3 commodities that increase significantly in the last 3 years, like plastic and plastic goods, vehicles other than railway, and tin. Also, we have rubber, chemicals, wood and articles of wood, like furniture, handicraft. In southern of India, we have around 7 exclusive showroom that sell furniture, handicraft, and Indonesian product there. We have also fertilizer, cocoa, spices, soap, and other things. Next, we can see the table. This is the Indonesian export to India by province. So we have 34 province. All province already export product to India in the last 3 years. So many opportunity because the product between Indonesia and India basically is complementary. We can support each other. So we need each other. We can complete. but the five largest provinces that already export to India is Kalimantan, Riau, South Kalimantan, East Java, and West Java. Next, this is the top 20 imported commodities from India to Indonesia in the last 3 years. Changes in imports of Indonesian non-oil and gas from India in 2021 compared to last year is tend to increase, like I mentioned before, is even in this January, July this year is increased 100%, but it is dominated by capital goods, raw and auxiliary materials. The three biggest imported products from India is sugar, iron and steel, mineral fuels. Even sugar itself increased around 3,800%. So many opportunity there. Other than that, we have also imported like cereal, HH10, and then vehicles, cotton, meat, tanning, pharmaceutical, ceramic products, and other things. Next, we can see this is just a data comparison for the internet user, active media, social media user from India. So during this pandemic, we have to maximize this kind of thing online. Indonesia has 338 million unique mobile phone users compared to its population 270 million. So it is higher than the population because one person sometimes has all three number. Even India has 1 billion unique mobile phone users. In internet users, Indonesia has 175 million, India has 687 million. Active social media user, Indonesia has 160 million, India has 400 million. Even if we target not only Indonesia and India, if we use the marketplace, digital, we can target the world like the 5 billion unique mobile phone user, 4.5 billion internet user, and 3.8 billion active media user. So we can maximize the use of marketplace, digital online to connect both country. This is one of the example from Ministry of Trade Jakarta, Indonesia, one-stop service. It is some kind of application, apps, just go inside the inaexport.id, it's free of charge. Ladies and gentlemen, this case can get connection with the Indonesian exporter, Indonesian business people. You can see the product showcase, business inquiry, research corner, and trade display, and other thing there. The data itself recently already added. Right now, around 6,600 member of exporters, around 4,300 uploaded products, and around 400 market information, not only Indonesia and India, but all around the world, because we have around 24 trade representative and 19 Indonesian trade promotion centers around the world. Next, this is the information about regulation for trade and export in Indonesia. We have GDIH Kemendak.go.id. It is a legal documentation of information network. And then second, we have Indonesia National Single Window. It is a synergy between ministries and agencies. And number three, we have inetrade.kemendak.go.id. It is licensing services, electronic trading. And then last is ESKA, electronic certificate of origin. So right now we have ASEAN India FTA. If you want to import or export, just use the certificate of origin to get the preferential tariff. And this is just a definition of a trade document. So if you want to do trade, please just use the proper sales contract. So if there's any dispute, you can trace for the detailed sales contract. Ladies and gentlemen, this news case will continue. This is also useful information, sources of trade and investment. I think Pak Consul General already explained. I just want to add. Just go to this website. There are four, like Director General of Foreign Trade, and then Food and Drug Safety Standard Authority, National Standardization Agency of Indonesia, and Investment Regulation. And also, ITPC channel can provide and give service to check the validity, verified the Indonesian company. Just contact us, or in this case also can check directly in the verified company registration in Director General of Legal Administration, Ministry of Law and Human Rights. Also can check tax number verification in tax office. also can verify the business identification number in there. We have also the list of information export news. It is also free. You can check there. There is also a list of exporter in there. The commodities copper, spices, copra, tuna, stainless steel, food, processed food, and sport shoes. Next, distinguished guests, this is just an example. Right now, there are around 40 until 50 Indonesian products already entered India, from processed food, biodegradable plastic, paper, candy, and other things. This is just also another example, like instant coffee, instant noodle, until printed ink, coconut milk. Besides that, we have also spices, usually Indonesian exporter, sell in bulky raw material, and then Indian business just pack, and then they give their own brand. For the next Trade Expo, I think I would like to invite Mr. Bona Kusuma, our Trade Attaché, Indonesian Embassy. Please, sir.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Kumarajati, the Director of ITPC Chennai. I hope my voice is loud enough or audible to all of the participants. I noticed
Yes, sir.
okay, because I noticed one of the participant is Mr. or Mrs. Selvan Raj say no audio, so maybe somebody could attest to that. So anyhow, allow me to continue. Namaste, namaskar, Sub Sapere. I am actually not very much new, maybe to all the members of SECCI, although I need to also greet for the President of SICI, Mr. R.M. Arun. Thank you for arranging this wonderful WebEx meeting, sir. And also to the Honorable Consul General, Mr. Agus Sabtono, the one that coordinates from the Indonesia foreign representative to attend this meeting. And before I continue to share the Trade Expo Indonesia Digital Edition, I would like also to greet several members of SICI that already met before. I'm sure Mr. Shankar hopefully still remember me, sir, the CEO of Indian Metals or Prego, because I'm touched when I visit Chennai and welcomed by you also. And also I remember there's Mr. Vinod Solomon, the secretary, and of course our moderator or our MC, Miss Bhavani Srinivasan. And let me continue the presentation, but before we see all of them, maybe kindly I will share the video first. I will share the video to understand further what is the Trade Expo Indonesia and how it will evolve and continue to present to the world, especially to India buyers and importers also.
For more than a year, the world has faced adversities. Now, the global economy is showing signs of recovery. As a stepping stone towards reviving global trade,
Okay, I will continue to share the presentation as we can aware about the what is the Trade Expo Indonesia. Actually, this is already the 30th years for us Indonesia through the coordination of Ministry of Trade try to promote the best of Indonesia products and also engaging with buyers and importers throughout the world using this event. However, since the last 2 years from 2020, because of pandemic of COVID-19, which is very global, we need to change the strategy because we cannot make a physical interaction. So we made this since 2020, and now at 2021, we are coming to the new theme for us because we are now try to revive ourselves globally from what is the adverse impact from global trade decrease or slow down because of this pandemic. We are trying to get a lift up or bounce up from this. So we are held this Trade Expo event in digital edition, and please mark the date. It will be from 21st of October until 4th of November, which will be done in interactive, whereby every day you will see and can be participate in a lot of events and seminars, so you can know more about what Indonesia can offer to India. But it's not only that 2 weeks interactive range of time that we are preparing to all of you, but for the showcase itself, it will be open for 2 months until from 21st of October until 20th of December. All of us can be easily register and see everything in this website link, the www.tradeexpoindonesia.com. So this is some of the reason for you to consider, try to visit and enjoy what is inside the this Trade Expo application or apps. As we can see, since we already become the biggest event for Trade Expo, so this is also easily will have the same. We have a business-to-business exhibition with various modes of engagement, and we will offer to all of you the wide range of Indonesia high-quality export products, both goods and services. It's going to be a comprehensive virtual supporting program, and all of you can explore the possibility to do engagement in trade and investment. And we are also supporting with a lot of various programs such as Trade Forum, exhibition, business matching. We have also business forum and seminar, business counseling, and there are special awards. When we call Prima Niarta Awards is the award for the exporters from Indonesia, and Prima Duta Awards is the award for importers and buyers from throughout the world. And I want to share the good and exciting news that for India this year we are going to have quite some of our traders and suppliers and importers to get also these Prima Duta Awards. So if we see the engagement or the achievement of India's delegation from year to year, it is very encouraging and give us a lot of confidence and positive high hopes that India can do better in engaging Indonesia in this Trade Expo Indonesia. In 2020, the total transaction reached 107.45 million, just from the fourth largest in this Trade Expo. At last year, we call it the virtual exhibition of Trade Expo Indonesia, and the participation of the Indian delegation is the highest, which is 424 people joining online from India's subcontinent, followed by Pakistan, which is very less, only 160, and then the other countries roughly very less compared with India itself. So with this very good statistic and history of achievement of India in the past of this Trade Expo Indonesia, we are sure and we can try to push again not only the number of people that come virtually in this Trade Expo of Indonesia, the digital exhibition, but also try to increase the transaction so we could become the number 3 of top countries that make transaction during this Trade Expo Indonesia digital edition. So the thing that we need to understand and take fully advantage of this Trade Expo Indonesia for this digital edition concept, which is the how we can further advance the interactive website and based on the catalog with the understanding that the visitors needs to find out directly what is their needed and how to engage directly also and as soon as possible with the participants or the exhibitors from this Trade Expo Indonesia. Last year, we focused more on the virtual experience, how we can feel the expo virtually, same like the on-site Trade Expo as Indonesia been doing since until 2019. But the thing with making this virtual exhibition is the big amount of resources that each buyers and importers have to have in their system. So sometimes the network or the bandwidth become low, so the process or the flows of this following this virtual exhibition is sometimes laggish or sloppy in terms of connection. So based on that understanding, on the experience last year, we try to improve using this catalog directly, make visitors inconvenience as much as possible in how they are going to search the products and services needed. And that can be done systematically, whether you want to type in the search button alphabetically, or you want to directly to search the product that you remember coming from Indonesia, such as the brand or the type of products of goods and services. And also, we have high hopes that this implementation of interactive website, because it is going to be an online virtual platform, we try to do this as much as attractive as possible and also flexible. So we also have a virtual chat and a lot of online interaction with the exhibitors and also the event organizer in order for you to get the latest updates on the events and also how to browse in all the participants and exhibitors that already there enlisted in this Trade Expo Digital Edition. So with this improvement, we have high hopes that India's buyer will get spoiled. You will get far more easiness in terms of surfing and browsing the whole aspect of our exhibition. So this is the picture on some of the gallery of Indonesia export products. And this is the step by step. After this presentation, I will show you the live how to enter the registration and how to type in the procedure. It will take only two pages of registration before you can be accepted and ready to serve the website itself. So this is the one that you are going to choose. Later on, you will be see for yourself directly from my web browser. And at the end of this my slide, I would like to inform you also what kind of visitor features that you will have and hopefully can help you to engage further with this Trade Expo Indonesia Digital Edition. So you can easily manage your account. Any notification, you will get it in your inbox, and you will get 24 hours, 7 days access to the virtual exhibition. And if any business matching or some business specific product you take into interest and wants to do the business matching, this application also has the inbuilt business matching that you can set up and ask for the timing to do the business matching every days during the Trade Expo Digital Edition. And you can also create your own visitor profile, so you can also inform who you are and what you've been doing with Indonesia and with the world up until now. So this is something that we are going to give you more information. At the end of this presentation, you will see my contact person and Pak Kumarajati contact person. So I will stop the sharing and I will share the internet on how we are going to see the connection itself whenever we reach out the web browser. Okay. Okay, I hope you can all see. I think Mbak Lina already shared in chat on how to enter this link. This link you can enter in this registration. I just want to copy and then share you again in case it's not there. Oh, okay. It is already at the end of the chat box. You can see the link. You can click, and then I will also share to you how you are going to do that. So I share again. So this, ladies and gentlemen, you've seen that I already fill in the information such as my name and my email address. For this password, is not necessarily the same as your password. This is just a password for you to enter or log in this website. So you will later on type in your email and then put your password on that data also. So everything you can see, I think website is not mandatory to see. Just check out the one with red asterisk. So you are the one is going to be needed. So I will going to click next. So in this part, as I've shown you before in the presentation, you need to choose maximum five products of interest. Yeah, if you choose more than 5, then the system will repeat again and asking for you to choose only 5. So I just click randomly here. And for this, I will not click the sign up because this is already the live system. The live system is going to be, me adding just some samples of user entry for registration. So that would be unnecessary. But once you click this, you will see a notification. Later, I will show you how will be the notification. But one thing you need to understand that this system can only be accessed after 21st of October. So you can see in this next step of my web browser, if I want to put my email password here, it will say that this login will be open at 21st of October. Okay, so it is like that. So after you register, as long as you receive this notification, such this one that I share, like this, when you see this one, so that is the meaning that you already registered. But to enter the website, it can be only be done at 21st of October. So I hope this small demonstration can give you some understanding on how to do this. It's very simple, only 2 forms that you are going to be filled in. And once you receive that one, later you can join and browse and surfing the Trade Expo website for the digital edition exhibition at 21st of October. I think this is something that we can share at the end. Thank you so much for the time, and I will give back to moderator to further guide us in question and answer. Thank you so much.
There are a few questions in the chat box. Do anyone like to answer the questions? And 2 questions in question and answer box also. Mr. Shaktiveer, maybe you can unmute and ask your question so that the speakers can answer.
So we are into manufacturing of activated carbon. So wanted to know if there is any opportunity of importing coconut shell charcoal from your country.
Coconut charcoal, sir.
Yeah. Coconut shell charcoal.
Okay.
I think Pak Bona or Pak Kumara can answer this one.
Yes, if you could give us later on the HS code or the ITC code, we will check. But I heard and I understand that we also produce this one, but maybe for the detailed inquiries, whether it's already entered through our channel, we need to check. And most of the inquiry from India's importers come through ITPC, even though my office also handles. But later on, maybe Jati can explain further about these opportunities. So, Pak Kumara Jati, if you have anything to add, please do so. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Trade Attache, and then Pak Konsul Jenderal. Thank you, Mr. R. Shaktival. Yeah, right, already explained by Pak Bona Kusuma about coconut shell charcoal. We have list of the exporter we can share, and already some exporter export this product to India, but we need to get the detail. As far as I know, the HS code is 440290. We'll check also the statistic. How is the trade data statistic? Yeah, we will get. We will here to support you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Sir, you're right. The HS code is 44029010.
Oh, okay, yeah, correct. Yeah, 44029010. Okay, wonderful.
Participants, for your information, Indonesia Trade Promotion Center, Chennai contact details has been posted in the chat box. Please make a note of it and you can reach them directly, maybe if you have any queries or questions to them, and they will be happy to assist you in your needs. And we have one more question in question box. Mr. Selvan Raj, would you like to ask the question? Maybe you can unmute and ask.
Okay. Thank you for the opportunity. This is Selvan Raj from Salem. Actually, India is the number one in milk production in the world. We are producing 198 metric ton per annum, and Asia's number one exporter of dairy products. Indonesia is importing 80% of their requirement from USA, New Zealand, Australia, and Europe countries. Small quantity only we are exporting to Indonesia. Why you people not encouraging Indian products? Please clarify. Hello. My voice is audible.
So while waiting for others, maybe Mr. Consul General will add. Let me try to respond to you. As I explained earlier in the WhatsApp, in the message, later on for this, we can always help you to promote your goods. But for this one, it is just a simple B2B arrangement. It is something that you cannot arrange why you cannot bring more for India or you always from other country, Mr. Selvan Raj. So this is something that as a rules of thumb of trading, we will always look for the best goods with the best quality and the best price. So later on for you, if you have that capability and assurance or confirmation on how to supply Indonesia, just let us know through the email shared by the ITPC team and also my team in Trade Attache, and we will try to connect with some importers that we need to find out first. If you have that data, maybe better, because our position here is more to do the promoting the Indonesia exports. However, we also open to get some opportunities to do more exportation from Indian side. So it is something that, of course, we can always help. Just kindly send your email, and we will try to find out is there any more buyers or importers from Indonesia side that willing also to consider your goods also, Mr. Selvan Raj. I hope that could clarify. Thank you.
Good evening.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening.
Oh, maybe Mr. Consul General not yet able to. Yeah.
Yes, okay. Okay, just to add what Pak Bona Tritatasa already mentioned. Of course, if any goods from India, we will also try to help you or facilitate you. Of course, like Pak Bona already mentioned, like Trade Expo, normally we promote Indonesian product. However, we open also if you are have product interest to enter Indonesian market and you need our help, assistance, or facilitation, please contact contact the embassy. You can contact also our Consulat Jenderal and ITPC. So we will try to help you. If you ask why, it depends on the product. If your product good, of course you can enter Indonesian market. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Consul General. Sir, is there anything else you want to add? Mr. Bona Kusuma or Mr. Kumari Jetty, do you want to add anything else?
Good evening. Can I? I'm audible.
Yes. Mr. Kotishwaran, yes, we could
Good evening.
hear you.
Am I audible?
Do you have any questions?
This is Kotishwaran, Secretary, Indian Chamber of Commerce, Tuticorin. First of all, I thank the.
Continue.
Hello?
Mr. Kotishwaran, yeah, we couldn't hear you. Can you please unmute and speak?
Good evening. This is Kotishwaran, Secretary, Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Tuticorin. It is in the southern end of India. Actually, it's one of the industrial hub and power hub of Tamil Nadu. We have newly started about the furniture hub park in Tuticorin in the outlay of 1,100 crores, 1,100 acres of land. We seek trade mission and buying mission from Indonesia. And also Tuticorin, we have the food park and also Nangineri Special Economic Zone. And there is a lot of scope for logistic and activated carbon and seafood industries in this area. We seek your facilitation for the trade mission and the buying mission for these products. And also, I like to say, right now we are importing, my place is importing a lot of coal from Indonesia and also edible oil and dry copra from Indonesia. So we want to coordinate with your embassy and we want to promote this trade in Tuticorin especially. And I have already visited ITPC Chennai Center in Ispani and I see some of the wonderful products of Indonesia, and we are also interested in importing them in our country. Thank you.
Participants, do you have any other questions?
Yeah, I just want to give additional information. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Mr. Kodeswaran, for already have engaged with Indonesian exporter for coal, edible oil, dry copra. You also have list of the potential Indonesian exporter will also support you. just want to add from the previous question about milk and cream for HS code 0402. Actually, last year Indonesia starting import from India. The number is not too big, but last year and this year we already started import. But yeah, to be honest, since 2016 until 2019, we not import anything for this HS code 0402. But hopefully, since last year until now, we start importing the product for the charcoal statistic data 440290 HS code. From January July 2021, the export from Indonesia to India is increased 231%, become 755,000 tons. So the demand is there, the product is there. We also support the supplier to respective stakeholder. I think that's from my side. Thank you.
Any other questions, participants? Or maybe we can move on to the next session.
May I ask you a question?
Yeah, please, sir, go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Sri Vishak. I'm from the company Agape Diagnostic Limited. We are the manufacturer of in vitro diagnostic product. So we have a long-term plan of setting up manufacturing base in Indonesia for our diagnostic products, and then from there export to Southeast Asian countries. So does Indonesia have any, I mean, to whom we should contact to understand, is there any tax benefits for the Indian companies to invest in Indonesia, particularly on the diagnostics, and any special places where we can have manufacturing benefits in Indonesia? I hope I'm clear with my question.
Yes, Mr. Sri Vishak. Yeah, it's very clear. While waiting for Mr. Consul General, Mr. Agus, to give more explanation, because he is actually the one that on call on the top of this issue, because we if we discern the presentation from him, it is our dream also not only invite any other companies invest in Indonesia, but we also do the outgoing investment at India and any other countries. So hearing that you have a good commitment, I hope to try to do investment at Indonesia with the specific in vitro or something that you explained before. I'm sorry, I didn't really catch that up. For us, the pharmaceutical sector is always been a good sector for us to improve in the infrastructure and also our capability to support our people. I think with your request, I don't know whether you already has engaged with other partners or Indonesia potential.
Yes.
Or if you have, then it is good. Later we will try to follow up. But for the incentive itself, seeing that you are asking here in this event, I assume that you know some, but you don't know all the potential incentive that we could give you as an investor. So as a outline, I would like to explain to you, since we have this new job creation in law in 2020, that one of the main objective is to also invite as much as possible the investment, but within the good corridor and the comprehensive corridor for do the investment. There are several things that is very good for any foreign company to do investment at Indonesia. And one thing for sure that I could share to you, the website is really integrated and comprehensive. We call it online single submission website. You can easily come into that website and see for yourself what is the potential facilitation that you could get if you do more investment or some investment at Indonesia. But apart from that, there are specific desks that handles the investment position that each country if has interest. Later on, if it is not with me, then perhaps with Mr. Agus Saptono, the Consul General of Mumbai, will follow up your inquiry, and maybe we could also get more information from you if you have already the partners who you are going to be work with, and from there we will take up also, sir. I also already chat you privately, so maybe later we can discuss further on this. Thank you so much for your intention, sir.
Thank you. Absolutely fine. Thanks for your valuable reply.
Thank you, participants. Thanks a lot. Now we move on to the last session of today's interaction. I request Mr. S.M. Shankar, Chair, SICKI Food and Nutrition Committee, to conclude the session with his vote of thanks. Sir, over to you.
Thank you, Ms. Bhavani. Mr. Agus B. Saptono, Consul General of Republic of Indonesia in Mumbai. Mr. A.R.R.M. Arun, President SICKI. Mr. Bono Kusuma, Trade Attach, Embassy of Republic of Indonesia. Mr. Kumara Raja Jati, Director, Indonesian Trade Promotion Center, Chennai. SICKI members, friends, members of the industry and media. It's my pleasant duty to propose a hearty vote of thanks to Mr. Agus P. Saptono, Consul General of the Republic of Indonesia in Mumbai, for rightly spearheading this economic diplomacy effort in the midst of the challenging global circumstances. I also thank Mr. Bono Kusuma, Trade Attach, Embassy of the Republic of Indonesia, and Mr. Kumara Rajati, Director, Indonesian Trade Promotion Center, Chennai, for their illuminating addresses. It is also my pleasure to interact again with Mr. Bono Kusuma and Mr. Kumara Jati, who visited our chamber a few months ago. As India and Indonesia has celebrated centuries of bilateral ties, our linkages are growing stronger, and there are many avenues for future cooperation, from manufacturing and tourism to IT and maritime. We heard the suggestions from the President SICKI on promoting business and investment between Tamil Nadu and Indonesia in key areas of automotive, defense and aerospace, ICT, electronics, renewable and pharma, etc. I have no doubts that the Southern Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry would do its part to sustain the interest generated today in improving the bilateral ties, and with the support of the Indonesian Embassy, we should be able to create a synergy that resonates with success. I also take this opportunity to inform that the Southern Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, SICKI, a part of the Food and Nutrition Committee, we are organizing a food conclave, which will be held on October 21st, 22nd, 23rd in Chennai in the SICKI campus. And we have exhibitions and also conclave for the 3 days. We are expecting experts from food and nutrition field to talk and share their experiences in this seminar and conclave. On behalf of SICKI and as the chairperson of the SICKI and Nutrition Committee, Food and Nutrition Committee, I warmly invite all the fraternity from the food as well as from the industry, from Indonesia, as well as from our fraternity in Tamil Nadu and part of other parts of India, to participate in this SICKI National Food Conclave cum Expo. It is an opportunity to interact with business community and to showcase your product and to expand your businesses. The expert team from different walks of life in the food industry are going to share their valuable experiences, which will be a great opportunity to all of us. I take this opportunity of thanking you all, the distinguished participants, for having kindly accepted our invitation to attend this interactive session. Thank you. Vanakkam. Nandri.
May I talk something?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Before we conclude our meeting, first of all, I would like to thank also for this opportunity for discuss with you. And of course, we will as soon as possible, we will send to you the list of the exhibition trade expo from Indonesian side. So the SICKI member can see it, and also we need your help to identify the product you are interested. So to make easy for us to arrange a B2B meeting. So tomorrow we will send to you the list of the exhibition participant from Indonesian side. We hope you can also after that send to me the interest of your SICKI member. The second, I think one of your member asked me about the opportunity for invest for pharmacy. Yes, we are open, and I will contact you directly to inform you the details about how to invest in Indonesia in pharmacy. I'm happy to hear if you are interested. So we will arrange a Zoom meeting, especially with the Indonesian partner. Thank you.
Thank you. Good day to all of you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mrs. Shankar.
Thank you, Consul General. Yeah, thank you, participants. It's nice having you all during this occasion. Looking forward to have such a meetings on a regular basis. Thank you all. Thank you for your participation, and good evening.
Good evening and thank you.
Good evening.
Great day. Thank you so much.